Hello. Thank you for tuning back in, or if you were new here, thank you for tuning into this episode. And I hope you check out more of the episodes or videos if you are watching on YouTube. I wanted to talk more about why meditating needs to be like an actual daily practice and an actual part of your daily routine. And I'm sharing this as someone who had a lot of resistance towards meditation for from the beginning of like my self-growth journey, right? Like I think we all go on this personal growth journey and we start to hear about meditating, and maybe you try it and don't really get a lot out of meditating, or meditation guided meditations. And I just want to say that that was my experience in the beginning. I didn't really get a whole lot out of meditating. I heard a lot about it and I tried it a couple of different times throughout my growth journey, which like I've really been on a deep personal growth journey for the last 5 years. Um, the last year and a half to 2 years have been the most pivotal for me, I think, as far as like really embodying the work that I've learned in the last couple of years. And what I have come to realize is the people who said meditation is so powerful, they weren't wrong. They are so right. And now that I have really adopted meditating and really understanding it and like understanding the purpose of it and like why we do it, now I am here to say that if you are on an healing journey, if you are just doing inner work to become better and really embody a deeper understanding of yourself and like unlock different levels of consciousness within you, meditation has to be non negotiable. And even in my program that I teach women, like in our deep mentorship, meditating and working with the nervous system is part of it's like half of our work. So for me to come on here and talk about meditation, like I am a living example of meditation. Like I've learned a lot about it, especially in the last year or so. And now it is a part of what I teach in my deep mentorship and my program for women who are on an, a deep self healing journey and really working towards embodying the woman that they know is within them, that they are trying to become, versus just having self awareness. Like a lot of the women that I work with and that come into my world have so much self-awareness, which is fantastic. Like if you don't have self-awareness and if you don't have a lot of self-awareness, then my type of work is really not going to be for you, because it's not going to benefit someone who doesn't have really deep self-awareness, not just for around other people, but for themselves and in their own actions. Because if they don't have that self-awareness already, then they still have a lot to go in their journey. But the women that I really work with are in that season of, I have so much self-awareness, like I have learned so much about myself. I really understand a lot, but I'm still really struggling to embody what I've learned, to embody the person that I want to be, versus like constantly sabotaging and allowing my triggers to control my life. That is really the body of work that I teach women, is how to close that gap of where this level of self-awareness into stepping into full embodiment and becoming the woman that they know is within them. So again, part of what I teach. And I've been working on creating free meditations to add to my website for people who find my work, who want to further deepen their relationship with themselves. And again, like I said, bridge that gap. I have been working on creating more and more free meditations for you to plug into that are so they cover different areas of your life, and they really help you to tune into your body and work with your body and your nervous system to expand your container for the reprogramming that we're doing. And if you haven't watched any of my videos, especially talking about subconscious reprogramming, working with the nervous system, how that all works, then definitely go back and watch some of my more recent episodes, because you have to like understand what we're even working with here, what we're teaching, to really understand where meditation comes into play and how it actually can be super life-changing and transforming. And I even have a private podcast series. It's 5 episodes, and it's called Uncovered and Aligned. It's only $22, and it really is like this first step into my framework. I thought that was going to be a bug. Um it's really like the first step into my framework and my teachings. So you can even plug into that if you're like, if you've been listening to my content and you're like, I really want like a step by step, this is where we get started, then I highly recommend tuning into that, and it'll be linked below. But again, just really setting the stage, I guess you could say, for why like we're talking about meditation, like where it comes into play and why it comes into play. So again, like if you're wanting further understanding and like understanding how this all works together, I definitely recommend that private podcast series. And I will also link below my free meditations. I am continuing to add to the list. I just started creating meditations last week. So right now I only have 2 on there. One is called Calming Your Nervous System, and then the other one is a sacred shower meditation, and I will be creating another one tonight. Again, I am continuing to add to this list because meditating has been so transformative for me in my journey, and really embodying the awareness and understanding that I've learned so far. So, understanding meditation. So, like, for me, when I first tried meditating, which again, like it, I didn't get much out of it. I thought that it was just like, okay, so we're really just sitting here and practicing stillness. That was my concept of it, which it is. Like some meditations that you do are for practicing stillness and being present and in the moment. But if you don't really understand why that's important, then it's going to be hard to stick to the practice. It's going to, like, you're not really going to know why you're doing it. And there's no point in doing something if you don't really have a why to it. If you're just doing it because other people tell you to do it, then it's not going to stick. You're not going to get as much out of it. And you're not like, there's no reason for you to even be doing it because it doesn't matter to you at that point if you don't really have a why to why you're doing it. So, for me and what I teach and what I've learned is how we are literally the creators of our life. Our reality has everything to do with our beliefs, our thoughts, and our actions and emotions that come from those beliefs. And that's what creates our reality. And that's really like the foundation of my work is people who are not satisfied with their reality and try to change their life from their current reality. They don't That's not how you change your reality. You don't look at your current situation and try to change from that. And it is all about doing the inner work, the inner healing of the beliefs that you were carrying, which have led you to your current reality, and really having ownership of that. So, if you can't even own up to the fact that you are the creator of your life, everything that is in your life right now is literally a result of you. If you can't take ownership of that, then you're not ready for my work. You're not ready for my teachings. And I'm just saying that with love, like But if you can't take ownership of that, if you are still in the consciousness of blaming other people and blaming your situation on other people, then this work is really not for you. You're not ready for it. Again, saying that with love, but there's a level of awareness that you still have yet to build and consciousness that you have yet to unlock before you are ready to take ownership. But what I teach is everything in our reality is a result of who we are at our core. And I talk a lot about how to actually do subconscious reprogramming. And I teach this feedback loop where basically we have our subconscious beliefs, right? I wish I had my whiteboard right now, but I'm recording this in my car because I wanted to feel like I was outside. Um, but basically, the subconscious beliefs control 90 to 95% of our life. And how it happens is our subconscious belief is not the same as our conscious thinking. So, subconscious beliefs drive the thoughts and the actions, and essentially it creates a chemical reaction in our body. So, this is how the mind and the body create our reality. And when we are trying to create or change our life and our current beliefs by just like doing affirmations or rewriting our new beliefs, right? That is only one piece of the equation. There are many parts of the equation of changing your reality. And again, understanding that we are the creators. Everything in our current reality right now is from the past version of ourselves. So when we are trying to change our life from just like a conscious state, that is not the most effective way. And it's not really actually going to change your life in the way that you think it is. Making a conscious decision is one of the first steps, but really working with our programming, our subconscious, and our thoughts, and our patterns and beliefs, and the nervous system. This is what creates our current reality. So you have to work with your programming in order to actually change your reality. And the reason that meditation plays a role in this is because meditation allows us to tap into our actual subconscious programming, and it allows us to work with our nervous system in like a controlled space. So, again, when you are trying to change your life from a conscious state, that is like the hardest and least productive way that you are going to be able to change your life. That is where the ideas start and come to light for you, but you have to be able to work in a deeper state to actually create this new reality. Because, again, like I said, your subconscious programming creates your entire reality on autopilot. Like 90 to 95% of your reality is created from this subconscious programming. So if you don't tap into your system, right, like a computer, your hardware system, if you don't take a look at that and use that to make changes in your life, it's like, what are you, it's like you're just like when you don't do that, you're just changing the desktop background of your computer. Like it's like you put something aesthetically looking on it instead of actually working with the programming of the actual computer. Like, you see what I'm saying? So meditation is what allows you to tap into your subconscious, and you're like actually working with your nervous system. So that is how you start to do the reprogramming work. Now, the other thing that it allows for you to do, which is so huge, this is so huge, and I notice it every time, like if I'm not intentionally doing meditation every single day and like having a routine of having it at some point in my day, what happens is we are a soul with a mind and a body. But living in our physical reality, it sometimes, well, it creates this illusion that we are just physical beings. And I could get so much deeper into this, but I'm not going to because I've gone deeper into this in other videos and I go way more in depth with this in my program. But everything physical is just an illusion. Like, we are here to experience ourselves and further deepen our relationship with ourselves. And when you don't do meditation, it's like the saying of, if you don't go within, you will go without. What this means is you are reacting to everything in your physical reality. This is how people get stuck, because they are constantly looking at their physical reality, which I said before is, it's a result of your past self. It's a result of your past beliefs and thoughts and actions. So it makes no sense to try to change your life from the past self. That's why you have to go within and start from there to see the physical reality actually change. Sorry, I saw a wasp over there and I thought it was going to fly in here. Praying that that does not happen. But when you go so long without tuning in, again, I'm working on creating more and more meditations that teach you how to actually go within, how to sit with yourself, how to really practice that so that it feels good. Like, it feels like you are connected to your soul and it feels like you are connected to God, because that's really the power of this work. Is the more you heal and the more you do the inner work with yourself, the more you connect, because you're peeling back these layers, you're healing these shadows within you that are preventing you from feeling connected to yourself. They're preventing you from feeling fully connected to God, because we are created from God. God is within us. And that's something that I didn't understand. I always thought I had to like go to church to feel connected to God, or like always do something outside of myself to feel connected to God. And it's the exact opposite. When you go within and you continue to remove the things that are preventing you from connecting to God and connecting to your soul, because our soul's just like it's like an extended limb from God. It's not God, but it is created from God. And when Sorry, I thought I was gonna get interrupted there for a second. All my neighbors are probably like listening to this recording, me talking to the camera right now, and they're like, "What is she talking about?" Um, but anyways, so we are an extension from God. And when you think about people who are very depressed or feel like a lot of anxiety, and they're really not leaning into and trusting their inner guide and trusting that God is taking care of them fully, that, like, when you heal those things that are causing you to experience anxiety and depression, there's really like, you're not going to experience those things after you've done that work, because you are so in touch and close to your soul and God that there's no reason for you to worry. There's no reason to experience your physical reality the way that you may be experiencing it. But people get so disconnected that's what happens when we're lacking surrender and we are disconnected from who we are at our core. It's no wonder we start to feel unhappy and start to feel those emotions, because we're lacking God, we're lacking love, we're lacking peace and inner knowing. So when you go so long with not doing that, you start to fall into that trap of the illusion of your physical reality, right? Like I said, we are a soul with a body and a mind experiencing this life. We are not our mind. We are not our body. We are our soul. And when you are only experiencing physical reality, when you are only experiencing your thoughts every single day, you are not making time to experience your soul. And this is what meditation allows you to do. Meditation allows you to sit with your soul and remember who you are. It allows you to remember that this physical reality is an illusion. And even me knowing all of this, if I am not practicing meditation regularly, I get stuck in the trap of the illusion from my mind and my body that I am in a physical reality, and I start to disconnect from my soul. And that's why I always come back to meditation, because meditation reminds me who I am. I am love. That is who I am at my core, because I am an extension of God. God is pure love. But if you don't make time for that practice, you will become immersed in this physical reality that we are experiencing, and you get further and further away from the inner knowing, which is why you have to make time for it every single day if you want to really be in tune with your soul and with God. That is why meditation is so important. Now, what I talked about in the beginning with meditation and using it to expand who you are, using it to work through your programming, your subconscious limiting beliefs, and training your nervous system. Like, there's so many ways that you can use meditation to up level yourself and to experience life in such a expanded way that some of us, like, I didn't even know I could experience this much happiness. I didn't even know I could experience this much love or hold this much love and abundance. I didn't know it was possible to even hold this. You can use meditation to train yourself to do those things. It's not just about, meditation isn't just about sitting in stillness, which, yes, there are, like, that is a way you can practice meditation, and there's benefits to doing that. But there's also ways that you can use meditation to expand who you are, but it's because you're sitting with your programming and you're sitting with who you are, your soul, and you're working with all of that. There's intention behind it. It's not just, oh, I'm going to listen to this 10-minute meditation because everyone says meditation is good for you. Maybe that's how you get started. But again, really knowing why you're doing it and what it can lead to, the benefits of it, of practicing it regularly, that is what will keep you going. So if you want to listen to some free meditations, like I said, I'm going to link my website where it will have all of my free meditations listed. So if you click on it today, you'll see the 2 that I've just uploaded on there last week. The list will grow because I want to add more meditations there, so you can always come back to it and see what new meditations I've added on there. And there's a wide variety of them. Again, like I said, you use meditation to not only tune back into who you are and yourself, but it's also can be used to expand your nervous system, overcome fear, integrate a new belief system into you, and how to, like, start adopting it. There's a lot of ways that you can use meditation, and really, like, this is the I don't want to say this is the only way to really, like, rewire yourself, but it honestly, like, is, I guess, the shortcut to it. Yeah, like, affirmations and all of these things are great, but again, like, are you working from your conscious mind, or are you working with the programming itself? That's the main difference. And meditation, there's plenty of science backing meditation, but essentially what you're doing in meditation is you are changing your brain waves. And when you change your brain waves, that is how you access the subconscious. That is how you access the parts of you that are actually controlling your your life on autopilot. So, I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that this video can be shared with more people who are wanting to learn about this work. Um, if you ever have any suggestions of different topics that you want me to go more in depth on, you can comment below or you can send me a DM and I will see if we can talk about it. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.